What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a little while ago, there was a feature introduced into Modern Warfare 3, which at the moment I thought was the worst idea possible. It was disgusting in my eyes. And I've been told time and time and time again, don't stress it, don't worry about it. It's not overpowered, it's going to fit right into the game. You're overreacting. There's no reason to complain about this. So I wanted to go ahead and give this item some time, give it a few weeks, a month, and let it soak in and see if eventually over time I would, say, yeah, it's not really too crazy, or if the item would turn out exactly how I expected. And let me tell you, it indeed turned out exactly how I expected. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you do enjoy what you hear today, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time, mostly about Modern Warfare 3, live gameplays, commentaries, comparisons, tips and tricks, reviews, all of the above. So if you guys are interested in that, like I said, subscribe, hit that bell. And last but not least, we do go ahead and stream pretty much daily over on Kick. I have a link to that channel down in the description of this video, and that stream usually goes live around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And also, we do indeed do open lobbies, so if you are looking for a party and you want to squad up, by all means, tune into the stream, chat it up with me to get my ID, and of course, first come, first serve. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, a couple of things I do want to mention before diving really deep into the topic. First, I do want to mention the events tab is finally fixed. It is indeed over 1 million XP to get the new, I think it's the magma camo that's in the event pass right now. At least it's only XP that's needed to, go ahead and grind through this pass. But yeah, it's a lot more than what we expected, but it is fixed. So you can see exactly where you are, how much progress you need, and, so on and so forth. And lastly, I am planning on putting together a little bit of a video about a lot of the huge negatives that I want to see fixed up with the next big, update from Sledgehammer Games from Modern Warfare 3. It's been quite some time since we saw a good update being implemented into this game, because obviously they've been on break. They are now recently returning, so I'm assuming we will be seeing a pretty big update maybe within the next week, maybe 2 weeks, potentially maybe longer. I'm assuming it's going to be the mid-season event when we get the new 6v6 map, so I think about a couple of weeks or so. So, I want to go ahead and think about that. I'm going to have that coming out very soon. And, of course, go down in the comment section and leave what you guys personally really want to see within the next update. Maybe you want to see the skill-based matchmaking talk, or maybe you just really want to see some huge introductions within this game that would help resolve a lot of the issues that you're having with the overall experience. But, ladies and gentlemen, for today's video, the reason I'm not, going to incorporate this into the massive list of negatives is because this, topic 1010% needs its own designated video. I really hope Sledgehammer sees this, and I really hope they take this extremely serious and possibly reconsider, what they did by adding this into the overall game. I still believe it was an Infinity Ward design decision, but at the end of the day, it is Sledgehammer's project. It is, their game, so I have to direct it towards them. But that is the Assassin's Vest. Again, everybody called me crazy for thinking this thing was going to be stupidly overpowered. But, down the road, after using it every single day after they first incorporated it into the game, it is exactly what I expected. And it's sad because I have no passion to bounce back to anything else. And I was a hardcore engineer vest guy. That's all I rocked. I love the fact that I can get my, my field upgrades faster. You can get your tac insertions instantly and be able to spawn in fantastic spots on the map. You can get your trophy systems for OBJ game modes extremely fast, so on and so forth. No lethals, but I don't care. I don't need lethals. I prefer having 2 smokes because I'm a smoke grenade person, because they're great for playing OBJ and great for flanking. And honestly, if you need a stun to kill someone, I don't know what to say. And move to smoke. Stop depending on stuns to get bodies, man, unless you're trying to do the challenges. I think there was one of those crazy challenges where you had to stun people before you kill them. I don't remember what that was for, but again, correct me on what that is down in the comment section. But, I love the engineer vest. I thought nothing in the world would, push me away from using it. But again, we're talking about casual COD here. If this was competitive COD, it wouldn't be a chance of me using this Assassin's Vest, because you can't use a field upgrade, which will put you at a massive disadvantage in OBJ game modes and other things of that sort. But when I'm just casually pub stomping in COD, this is a sweat's dream right here. And also, it's the campiest of the campy players' dream as well. The people who like to sit in the darkest of corners and hide in the worst of spots, this is their dream as well. And honestly, having the lack of a field, upgrade and stuff like that doesn't really bother me. usually at least half my team is not rocking this vest, which I'm shocked. Across the board, people are still not using this thing. They're still sticking to the vest that they know and love. I think that's just because they're comfortable and people don't like stepping out of their comfort zone. I'm telling you, if you stepped out of your comfort zone and just gave it a shot a little bit, you would probably get just absolutely sunken into the vest with how overpowered it actually is and how good it is to help you stay on streaks, get insanely high streaks like swarms, and also nuke out lobbies 24/7. It's an outstanding thing to have because it's ridiculously overpowered. It gives you the ghost ability without having to move. And obviously in games like Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 2022, when you have that ability, everybody has it. So we all know what to expect. But in Modern Warfare 3, over half the people think that the ghost perk is the only thing, really. And they all expect that, if it's no red dots on the minimap, it is because they're moving. And, so on and so forth. But this vest is just, it's so cheeky. It's absolutely cheeky. The ways that you can finesse opponents, flank opponents, and maneuver the whole map and just win engagements 24/7 is insane. And all it is a removal of a field upgrade. That's literally it. I don't lose out on a tactical. I don't lose out on a lethal. I don't lose out on any attachments. I don't lose out on any weapon slots. I don't lose out on any perks. The only downside is that I don't have 2 last perks, like the engineer vest does. Usually I rock tac, what's it called again? Tac mask, sorry. Tac mask and EOD is usually what I rock because I like having protection against everything because nothing pisses me off more than dying from random grenades or, like I said, dying from people who depend on stuns instead of just, using smokes and learning how to rotate and flank the map and stuff like that. So usually I double down on that stuff. But I don't mind removing one. I'll just use EOD for the time being. I don't have to worry about Ghost whatsoever, and I have a permanent Ghost along with me with the tac, not the tac vest, sorry, the Assassin's vest. So realistically, I'm not losing anything besides a field upgrade, which, like I said earlier, in a comp scene, yes, that's a huge deal, but we're playing casual COD here, and the majority of the time I'm playing 10v10. So, the chances of at least 3 players on that team of 10, they're probably going to have some trophy systems or something of that sort to help the team if you're playing OBJ. And even if they don't, I don't mind. Like I said, the powers of having a permanent ghost perk outweigh everything in the world. Everything in the world. Because the most used thing in this game is UAVs. Bad players use UAVs, mediocre players use UAVs, good players use UAVs, and the insane players use UAVs, especially the insane players. The crack players love it. So if you're going up against a full 6-man party, since we all know skill-based matchmaking is in full effect, so you're always going to be sweating. Yes, they love UAVs. It's how you start up your streaks and slowly get up to the advance and get up to higher streaks, even drop nukes. It's one of the freebies that help you stack up a ton of kills, And in a game, once again, where Ghost you have to move, a lot of the time people are staying stationary and stuff of that sort. So having the Assassin's Vest allows you to rotate through this. Nobody expects you to not pop up on the minimap. And at the same time, you can take your time while rotating through. The amount of times I've flanked on domination or hardpoint is absolutely insane. And I could, do it in any way, shape, or form. And I can camp behind their spawns as well. It's extraordinarily toxic and nobody will ever, see it coming. If you have a suppressor and, they have a UAV up in the sky and you're sitting in the back of their spawn and you're spawn trapping them and the rest of your team is on the other side and they're focused on them, they won't even bother looking over at you. The only people who look over at you are the ones who are looking at the kill cam. I can't tell you how many times I've ran to lobbies where I'm just absolutely dominating from that fact alone. Sledgehammer, I hate to say it, but you got to go ahead and reconsider the introduction of this Assassin's Vest and remove it from the game. I don't see what's wrong with just having a ghost perk. And if you really need to have something there, replace the Assassin's Vest with 2 different ideas. I would replace it with a, what's that one perk that we always have? How do I forget it right when I need to say it in a video? It's the perk that allows you to regen health after you get a kill. You guys are going to call me crazy down in the comment section, but that's fine. Quick fix. It came to my head. There we go. Yeah, it helps you regen after every single time you get a kill. It regens your health if you're capturing an objective. That is what should have been added in the game, not a permanent ghost perk. These introductions are supposed to be encouraging movement, not reducing movement. And again, like I said, it's very overpowered for, skilled players to use because they can run and gun and, post up in great power positions that can hold off spawn traps and camp there without being seen by UAVs. But Also, the campy players who want to just sit in the back of the map and do nothing can use this perfectly and, play the way they want to play. We're not trying to encourage that gameplay here. We're trying to encourage fast-paced gameplay, hyper-focused OBJ gameplay, and get people being active and playing the mode that they're in. That's what we want here, and something like a quick fix vest would have been a much better introduction than having a freaking assassin's vest that gives you permanent ghost. Or maybe having a specialist bonus vest. That would be phenomenal. Having a vest that gives you all the perks is much more better of a sweat vest than the assassin's vest, because that's what I consider this vest right now. I consider the assassin's vest a straight pub stomper's vest, because again, you don't have any field upgrades. You're not using any trophy systems. You're probably not going to be playing as much OBJ as, compared to you flanking and trying to get a lot of bodies. So, I consider it a pub stomping vest. So if you're going to really introduce something like that, why not introduce a specialist vest? That way you can still have ghosts, but you get all the perks in the game. And then maybe minus having no tacticals, no lethals, and, maybe, I don't know, something else maybe to, obviously, because, you have to build that up, obviously, when it comes to previous games. This vest would automatically give you all the perks right out the gate, so it has to be some downside to that. But I'd much rather have a vest like that. I would even play with no secondary. Just give me my one primary. If you just give me one primary, no lethals, no tacticals, whatever, no field upgrades, any of that stuff, and you just give me the specialist vest, I would much rather have that in the game than have a assassin's vest that gives you permanent ghost. Permanent ghost. I don't know. Maybe the specialist vest is a little too crazy. Let me know down in the comment section what you think of that idea. Again, all these things come out, the top of my head. I didn't really think too hard. I just thought of something that would sound pretty fun because I've been really craving and missing specialists. I wish they would just add the specialist bonus in this game. Oh, that's one introduction I would love to see coming to Modern Warfare 3, because nothing's more addicting and just, gives you more of an adrenaline rush than going on a specialist bonus and tearing it up with all the perks that you can, possibly think of. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, after a ton of gameplay, I can confirm that this vest is busted. And I have a really bad gut feeling that nothing will be done. There will be no further nerfs. It's not going to be tuned to make it more fair. And it's 1010% not going to be removed. But again, I still want to go ahead and put together this video. This will be the last one that I go ahead and discuss this because, it's not really anything to say about it. I just wanted to, I made one video before because I thought it was going to be really bad. And, in between, I wanted to really dive deep, give a ton of play time, and see if it was going to be bad or if it would get better. And here we are at the end, and I just want to give one final video, give my final criticism of this vest, and yeah. And now, this was a horrifying introduction. This is probably the worst introduction in Modern Warfare 3. Everything else hasn't been too bad. Some of the camos are, meh over others, but everything so far that they've been giving to us has been kind of fun. That one iron sight was pretty bad. I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. I didn't really care for that one, but everything else has been fun. Things that I want to use on my weapons, things and camos that I want to equip and grind for. But man, oh man, that vest, that is the single thing that has been introduced that I just cannot understand why. And it is just, it's devastating. It really is devastating. People don't really understand it, but this is really why a lot of your lobbies are extra sweaty, and you are getting killed from just some insane spots because people are able to rotate. Like I said, if you're playing 10v10 and you're versing a skilled enough player, they know how to go ahead and manipulate those spawns and put themselves and place themselves in positions where they could be extraordinarily overpowered. And, a silencer plus an assassin's vest will make them almost impossible to target. And again, yeah, you solely can try to, go engage with them. But it's much easier if you have your team try to get someone out of a spawn trap, You have to try to work almost as a unit to remove, a really harsh spawn trap. And a lot of the time, your team isn't going to do that because they just don't freaking know where they are. I'm telling you, red dots on the minimap are like it's insane, but it's almost like bugs being attracted to a light for Call of Duty players. The better top tier players obviously don't. They love red dots. They're very useful. It's great information. But, a lot of people, if it's no red dots, they don't even bother. They'll trot away in a different direction, and a lot of your lobbies will end that way. You probably notice it in your lobbies as well. A lot of players just ignoring certain angles and ignoring players. Even though they're in plain sight, you can see them. But since they're not popping up on the minimap and the UAV is scanning 6 other enemies on the other side of the map, your team is just going to solely rotate over there. I think this vest needs to be removed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Subscribe and hit that bell if you want to be notified for more Call of Duty content just like this. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And last but not least, don't forget you can catch my live streams over on Kick. Got a link to that down in the description of this video, and that stream goes live around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all next one. Peace out.